Dear Diary, let's bury this. Hmm. So, if you've been following along with our storyline, T and I experience Juicy in some oddly similar yet different ways. So, let's backtrack. We've been giving you the dates so that you could follow along with it. August 3rd, 2024, I met Juicy. 2020, T met Juicy. He reached back out to her in 2023 and she didn't respond. So then he found me August 3rd, 2024. We started talking. He came on strong. And what I mean by strong is, baby, he was asking me for my address within 12 days, you know, saying he was going to take care of me financially within days. Anywho, it was moving way too fast for me, but it was nice. It felt familiar. You know, that familiar feeling? Yeah. Don't trust that familiar feeling. It's usually the same narc in a different font. All right. So anyway, October 26th, I told this man that I wanted to take things slow, that I just got on the dating scene. I wanted to, get to know him, that I liked him, but I just wanted to take it slow. And that I had seen a video somewhere where it talked about date everyone, but, only have sexual intercourse with one. And, that's just something I saw on the internet. I'm just talking about something I saw. It wasn't something I was going to plan on doing. I just wanted to take it slow with him. But his demeanor completely changed that night to the point that I ended up texting him October 29th, stating that I wanted to talk. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I said, when you get a chance at work, I know you'll probably sleep. Can you just give me a call? I want to talk about something. He texts me right back and says, I'm up. We can talk right now. I was shocked. We talked. I said, listen, I don't want you to think that I'm saying I'm going to be out here just doing whatever. I like you. I just think that I want to take it slow. Like, we should just take it slow and just get to know each other. He says, no, sweetie, it's okay. I understood exactly what you were saying. You got to understand that I'm not codependent. I'm not like other men. Sex doesn't rule me, and I've been in long-term relationships before. I completely get it. It's fine. October 30th, he was back in T's inbox asking for her forgiveness. And because she genuinely cared for this man, she gave him her forgiveness. And that's when the game started. This man had 2 of the same type of woman. I mean, the way me and T think, everything it's like, sometimes it's like a mirror, literally. And then let me get back. So then we get into December. We both have versions of Juicy in December. December 5th, he sees him. December 6th, he comes to me after dropping her off at the airport, but he comes to me angrily and says that he had to drop his cousin off at the airport. His mom had him riding around and he had such an attitude. And I was like, it's okay, the night is going to be better. And he mentioned how he forgot his shoes, but come to find out, T told him don't bring no shoes, and how he forgot his belt. And he just was in a bad mood. And I still made him drive to Atlantic City anyway, because that's where my job's Christmas party was at, where he told T that he was going to meet investors and he was with his homeboy. And excuse me, Juicy, I look pretty damn good in my dress and my shoes that night to be considered your homeboy. The audacity. But anyway, I digress. And let me also mention that I told this man he did not have to wear a suit. He could have wore a nice shirt and some pants, but he just had to outdo me. And I saw his outfit in October. He brought it to my attention while I was down there. He was very excited, opening up everything, showing me that his suit matched my dress. And when I posted that picture of us together, people were, "Oh, couple goals, y'all look so good." Ugh. Anyway, he indeed stayed in contact with T while with me in AC. There was a time that I fell asleep, and I remember this man putting the covers over me to make sure I was warm, and another forehead kiss, and went and sat on the couch to play his game. But that's not what he was doing. There was also a time where I was getting dressed for the party, and he just had to go down to the bar to get a drink before we go to a party with an open bar. But he wanted this drink so bad, gave me a kiss, went down to the bar, called T. Oh gosh. Then we fast forward to January. January, he's at my house. He ends up getting sick. He leaves Sunday. He ends up not feeling good Monday. He ends up testing positive for COVID on Tuesday. And then he had the audacity and the lack of respect to still pick T up from the airport on Tuesday after testing positive for COVID. The disrespect, like, you knew you was sick and you still gonna pick her up. T goes with him, nurses him back to health. I'm over here stressed out thinking that he's over there dying. That's the way he's acting, like he is dying, honey. He is dying. He can't talk on the phone. It's a mess. His voice is gone, everything. And I proceed to send him some balloons. I was going to get him a care packet of medicine and stuff like that, but he sent me a picture saying that he had already got it for himself, but he didn't. T got it. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. And I actually did speak to him that night while she was down there with him. I spoke to him, but it wasn't on video as it usually is. It was a regular phone call. And he played the role of being sick, honey. I mean, played the role, but come to find out he was up and moving around and cooking with T. And oddly enough, neither one of us caught COVID. Neither one of us. I tested multiple times in here to make sure I didn't have it. Didn't have it. Kids didn't have it. She was with him 4 or 5 days, didn't have it. Right? Then he comes back up for my birthday. I see him. I ask the question. We all know how that went. And then let's just fast forward to April. April 20th. I see, you know how people you may know pop up on your Facebook thing, even if you don't know them? That's what happened. So Juicy went to Six Flags with his kids April 19th. I didn't get I got a phone call and text messages earlier in that day. A couple of phone calls, video phone calls too. He was once again stressed out and frustrated. He had became very stressed and depressed the last couple of months leading to this. Like every day he was stressed and depressed, and I couldn't figure out what it was. But now I know, because you you was spending money like crazy on two different women, or three or four. The stuff that has come out. But anyway, he was depressed and stressed about his car. Something was going on with his car. I'm 3 hours away, baby. I can't help you. I don't know, like, DoorDash the part that you need. I don't know. I'm sorry. He sends me this weird text. I text him around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I said, "Hey, did you figure out something?" And this was the text message that had my antennas go up. Yeah, a friend came with their daughter, and we're going to use their car and then go to Walmart after. And I'm like, why is he saying there instead of my homeboy or my homegirl? What the hell? So later that night, that's when I see it was like it was like God put that there for me. I swear to y'all, I was sitting here and I was just like, give me a sign if this isn't right. Like, I had been asking for signs. I didn't really, I got like little bits and pieces, but I didn't know if it was me overthinking or me allowing my trauma from my past to interfere because I never wanted to do that. And I was just like, just give me a sign. And I see her profile come up. I saw another profile come up as well by the name, the first letter J. And I asked him about that too. And he didn't know who she was, but he knew who she was. But T stuck out to me. And like I said, I saw the comment. And the next day when he called, I asked him, I said it like this. He said, hey, I was like, hey, how was your night? Did you have fun? Yeah, we had a good time. I said, so why did you say there instead of your homegirl? Because I'm pretty sure it was a woman, right? Because you said there. And he said, yeah, it was my niece, not my real niece, but the niece that took me in when I was homeless. And she spent the night. They spent the night. And I said, they spent the night. Yeah, y'all slept in the same bed? No, she slept in the bed. I slept on the couch. But mind you, I didn't get a phone call or anything that night. So I was just like, he's like, is that a problem? I'm like, no, you know what? You grown. You whatever you do in the dark gonna come out in the light. I said, but you know what's funny? You don't even have to be friends with someone for them to come up on your people you may know. As long as you got something in common with them. So who's Jay? I don't know who Jay is. I don't know. I said, oh, do you need me to send you a picture of it? Say, oh, you got screenshots? Yes, I do. Do you want me to send a picture? But you know what? I don't even care about that. I said, who the fuck is T? He says, "Ugh, um, that's my ex. Now, mind you, I had a conversation with this man about 2 weeks ago about this whole keeping your exes around thing, right? When he tried to say, if something happens between us, I'll always be there for you. And I snapped off like, what? You keep your exes around? So he says, oh, that's my ex. I met her through my cousin a while ago. Oh, okay. Are y'all still talking? Yeah. Hmm. Okay. And now this is the kicker because I had asked this man multiple times, is there anybody else? Not multiple times, like maybe twice, maybe twice. Is there anybody else? And he will always say, sweetie, I don't have time for anyone else. I'm either with you, my kids, or at work. And I would say, a man can find time to cheat. She could be bringing you lunch right now for all I know. And he will often say, I'm not doing this with anybody else. I'm not trying to get to know anybody else. This right here that I'm doing with you, I'm not trying to do it with anyone else. So I say to him, so y'all still talk? Yeah. So y'all still bumping? He says, yeah, but it's been a couple of months. I haven't seen her. I said, is that whose towel was on the back door in December? No, no, she hasn't been here in a while. I said, you know what, Juicy? Ugh. And he says, I know I fucked up. I know how big communication is to you. I'm so sorry. I said, I got the ick so bad right now. I can't even, I'm going to call you back. Now, I had my phone on Do Not Disturb, so I couldn't even hang up. Like, back in the day when you get mad at somebody, I missed that phone. In that moment, I missed the old house phone where you could slam that bitch down because my phone was on Do Not Disturb. So I couldn't even hang it up properly. I had to turn my whole phone off. I sat there for a moment and I was just, every emotion you could think of just hit me at once. My daughter came in the room. She's like, what's wrong, Mom? I tell her what happened. She said some funny shit. and took the shirt that I slept in, which was his shirt because he gave me a shirt to sleep in, and ripped it up in front of me. I went outside. I just let out a wail, like just like a scream, because how did I allow this to happen again? I never called him back. He texted me and apologized. Um, but in the meantime of him sending these dry ass apologies, I hit up T. And when I hit up T, I never done this before. I never was like really put in a situation to do this. Um, but I felt like she didn't know about me. So I needed to just let her know, because it was unprotected sex going on. And I'm just like, if I was the other woman, I would want to know, like, what's going on. I hit her up, and the energy, it was kind of hard to read the energy at first, because now I know that she was just, trying to take it all in. And I didn't know I didn't know anything about their dynamic. I just knew that I needed to let her know that he ain't shit, you know? So we're sharing stories back and forth. And we find out that this motherfucker treated us like Tia and Tamara, literally like twins. Nothing was sacred. Every conversation he had with me, he had with her. Every gift he got me, he got her. There was a few things that was not duplicated, but the majority, the main gifts, like the Christmas gifts, duplicated. My birthday, my supposedly birthday gift / Valentine's Day, duplicated. He would ask one a question and then ask the other the same question, and I guess sit there and like go over, analyze our answers to it to see who answered it the best. I don't know. Our names are similar. We're damn near the same height, around the same weight. We like the same things. It was easy for him to keep both of us because we both are into crystals. We're both spiritual. We're both open-minded. You know, it, this man is it was brilliant but disgusting, because why the fuck did you involve me into this? Like, I was minding my business. I was minding my business. I had so many things go through my head, and the level of empathy and care that I have for T now, in the beginning, I'm telling you right now, in the beginning, I was spazzing out in my mind. Like, I was like, is this some motherfucking Lifetime movie shit? like, did they come and find me? Because how in the world did you find two women with almost the same name who like the same things? And when we talk, it's like she finishes my sentences, I'm finishing her sentences. We think the same way. I I literally thought, and T, this is no shade. I literally thought that they were working together. I literally thought they were working together and came and found me. And I was somehow drug into this poly mess where I was about to have a baby, and it was just going to be a poly family. Like the 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 level of fuckery that took place, is beyond me. The lies that he told was beyond me. Like the lies. The lies. Even down to the point where she talked about how he got upset because his friends wanted to gamble and he didn't in Atlantic City. Honey, he was the one throwing the money out. I was sitting there minding my business looking cute. He wanted to gamble, even though he told me in the beginning that he never had been to a casino before. And I was confused that he wanted to gamble, that he was pulling money out to gamble. I never paid for anything with this man, except for that night. I did buy him a burger from the bar because he had spent the money on the hotel and he was always spending money. So I did buy him a burger then. And we did go to Johnny Rockets. I didn't buy that burger though, but I bought the burger at the bar, which was expensive as hell. But anyway, this man treated us like we were one person. Nothing was sacred. Nothing. And to this day, we share stories and we're like, damn, he's same thing here. Like, there was nothing at all sacred. Nothing. I mean, maybe one thing where he bought the 36 red roses and put them together for me, but he made her a sculpture of a rose. So it was like an even exchange type of thing. And when I say he treated us like the same person, baby, the things he did was mind blowing and disgusting. Okay, even down to buying a toy used in the bedroom, texting it both to us, texting this toy that you bought to both of us. And he, like I said, he was supposed to come down in a couple of days after me finding out what I found out. I found out what I found out on Easter. He was supposed to come the weekend after Easter. He tried to get me to come Easter weekend, but I refused. He bought a toy. I'm not going to say what it is. But like I said, he always had to unbox whatever he wanted to, play with, use, whatever, would unbox it in front of me, plastic off everything. He sends me a video of him unboxing this toy. He sent the same thing to T. He was supposed to come up and see me that Friday after getting this toy. And y'all, he was going to use that toy with me and then use it with T. That right there of everything else is just so disturbing. So y'all have to be careful out here in these streets because these men are ruthless, disgusting. And I'm so thankful that T is just like me, big on health and we take our pH very, very serious. And you could have fucked up my pH balance, sir. Had this been a different type of person, had this been a different type of woman that she was messing with, the level of disgust I have is not even hurt, it's disgust. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. That's nasty. You nasty. Oh God. Nasty. And you just going around just munching on everything. You don't think about your own safety. You don't think about your tongue falling off. Just big munch. And for those who, I've had inboxes from men that said they're watching these videos so they can pick up a few pointers from Juicy. And let me tell you something. If that's what you listening to these videos for, to pick up some pointers, stay up out of my inbox, baby. Please do yourself a favor and stay the fuck away from me. Because this is not about picking up pointers from this disgrace. It's not about that. It's about bringing awareness that these narcs will lie straight to your face. I mean, lie right in your face and be lying down with someone else, honey. Okay. There was also a time in March when I was down there, March 14th, that his phone rang and it was Messenger. I knew it was Facebook Messenger and he was asleep, weird, whatever. And he was asleep and the phone rang. I tell him, your phone is ringing. You better pick it up because she's going to end up calling back again. And he says, don't do that. That doesn't look good on you. That's my gaming friends. I told you I only use Facebook for gaming. So y'all, that's another red flag. If this man says he don't be on social medias like that or anything like that, that's a lie because everybody's on there. Everybody's on there. Unless he's in his 60s, they all on there and lying, just lying for no reason. You didn't even have to lie. We are 40, now you 41 with 2 grandchildren. 40, 41. We too grown for this. This supposed to be happening in my 20s, but I was married. Like, grow up. Ew. You are weird. And then, get this, y'all. The man even dressed different with us. Like, my God. I can laugh at it now, but like as we were talking about it and figuring out who this man was, it's kind of scary. It's like a mental mind fuck. The way she talked about these Crocs that he always wore that she could not stand. She cannot stand them. She couldn't stand the way he dressed, right? I never saw the Crocs. This man would wear a fresh pair of J's with me or these bum ass Tims, but whatever. A fresh pair of J's with me, some nice jeans, a nice tee, and his earrings and smell good and shit like that, and a nice New York fitted, or these sweaters with these teddy bears on it that he just kept wearing. One time somebody said that we was couple goals because we were dressed alike at the restaurant. We went out, we accidentally dressed alike. Nice. I never saw these Crocs. I showed her a picture of him rubbing my feet in these silk satin blue pajamas. She never saw the pajamas. I'm like, wait a minute. He wore them every night, every other night that I stayed with him. What do you mean you never saw? She talked about a robe that he would sleep in or walk around in. I never saw that robe. It was, had we not already figured out that we were messing with the same guy, when we were describing him to one another, you would have thought we were messing with someone different. With me, he came off as like a tough guy, like tough but soft, but like he had it. He told me he made $150,000 a year. He told her 90,000. He came off real sweet and sensitive with her, and he came off with me like he's here to protect me. Even bought me a pepper spray and a stun gun for my protection. Dealing with someone who is a narcissist and borderline mentally disturbed is a lot. I went through this already. I went through this with an alcoholic narcissist who had mental issues, and I healed from it. And then I got with a bigger one, like on all spectrums, a bigger one. And it blows my mind why I keep getting these lessons. So as we close this chapter, I will take this time to sit and really reflect on what is it about me that is a narc magnet for these Looney Tunes. Y'all, it's been a crazy 3 months. It's been a crazy 3 months. And let me just say this. I like tea better than I like juicy. And that's crazy coming from me. Like, this woman has so much in common with me. It's like my twin. Like, literally my twin. Like, you helped me find my twin, Pookie. I appreciate you for that. I really do, because I've talked to this woman every single day for the last almost 3 months. I think we missed maybe 1 or 2 days where we needed like a mental, just like, whoa, 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 what is going on? But I appreciate you for bringing T to my life. Like I said, and like T said, we can't even call it a love triangle because this shit is a hexagon. As the days went on, after we tried to, heal, and if y'all know, those who know that are on my Facebook page know that I have been bringing to light a lot of fake pages coming to my page, but I also have had a lot of people connected to him coming to my page too, and it's been women, it's been not women too, but people that are connected to him, and I found out that there was way more than us, you know. And not to mention, to every other woman, I was a homeboy. You motherfucker. You done told everybody you went to AC with your homeboy. Damn. I mean, I'm chill and I'm cool, and I guess I got like a homie vibe, because you definitely gossip to me like a chick, you know. But the disrespect, juicy. You probably want to wear my hoodie. Um, so it's been a lot more women than just us, and we didn't know any of this until now. We had no idea. I mean, and the way he talked about his exes, they probably still in the picture too. Hey, Bookie, y'all could have warned us. Shit, somebody could have warned me. But in all seriousness, I feel like I had to go through this situation in order to further my self awareness, in order to truly, truly, truly move past the hurt that I felt from my last relationship. I needed this because once again I settled. When I spoke my affirmations and I wrote down what I wanted in a man, I wanted him to not smoke, which Juicy said he didn't anymore. And I also wanted him to not drink, because I was staying away from alcohol and I had my issues with the last one. But I went ahead with this one that drank because he said he could hold his liquor. I should have never did that, because that's not what I asked for. And I had also asked for a man who had multiple businesses, and him and I could vibe off of that because I have multiple businesses and we can help each other grow. I didn't hold on to that. But Juicy said he was opening up 3 laundromats one day. So I was like, okay. And that's what the investors were for, y'all. And let me tell you something. I am nowhere near an investor for a man. I invested in my ex. Okay. And I'm never going to do that shit again. Never. Never. I'm investing where investments have been made. Okay. It's an even exchange. Even exchange. You invest in me, I invest in you. You pour into me, I'm gonna pour into you. You love on me, I'm gonna love on you. And only me, and I'm gonna love on only you. But I've learned a lot through the situation. I've learned to definitely do not ignore your intuition, and definitely love yourself way more than anybody else can fake love you. Because when you feel good about yourself, the bare minimum ain't gonna cut it. Buy yourself some flowers, baby. So they gotta upgrade. Oh, these are cute. I just bought myself a bouquet about a week ago. It looks similar to this. I take away from this situation a lot. And as I close this chapter in my life and bury this story, I want to give a shout out to everybody who has been listening and keeping up. And I want to thank my girls for holding me down throughout this situation and listening to this story over and over and over again. I know I've been getting on y'all nerve. I know. But I want to thank y'all for just even listening without giving me any side eye or telling me what I shoulda, coulda, woulda did, and just allowing me. I'm getting choked up. Just allowing me to just be my authentic self. Because y'all know I wasn't even looking for this mess. This man, he came and found me. He came and found me. Hey, damn, Juicy. I was minding my business. Minding my business. But everything happens for a reason. And in the famous words of Juicy J, it is what it is until it ain't. Okay, girl. Okay. And that's it. That's it. We're done.